So in last lecture, so I'm starting from here. So in last lecture, so we started from a sequence. So I'm just giving you 2-3 minutes after the last lecture. So a sequence, it is a function whose domain is greater than equal to n naught. So n naught is any integer. So there was so many doubt regarding n naught. So over uh, class book, textbook settings are so designed that default meaning of n naught, so it is equal to 1. In larger sense, it is an integer, but in your course or in your syllabus or in your book, so if you study, any student has studied the textbook, then on page number 632, on page number 632, in the very first line, so he's mentioning usually n naught is equal to 1, and every formula in the defining rules, so that is considered to be positive integers. So I think just leave this doubt aside. Okay, what is n naught? Just start from n naught is a positive integer, so by default its meaning is 1, but if it is not defined for any next positive integer, then you have to define n naught. Otherwise default meaning will be natural numbers, and then we can say. And then is convergence of sequence. So convergence of sequence, it depends upon its tail, so how it is behaving at last. So if limit n approaches to infinity, so it is equal to L, and L is a finite and unique, then we say that sequence is convergent. So I'm taking examples, very simple examples from the last lecture itself. So if it is n square, so limit n approaches to infinity for n square, so it is not finite, so it is divergent. So limit for minus 1 raised to power n, though numbers are finite, 1 and minus 1, but since it is not a unique value, single value, so therefore it is also not convergent. So sequence which is not convergent is called divergent. Then is 1 by 3 raised to power n. If we take n approaches to infinity, then this term, it is approaching towards 0, so then it is convergent. So I've given you all the 3 examples. So one convergent, and then divergent. Then, so there was another discussion. So that discussion was an alternate way for finding convergence. So you may think, given this rule is there, what is the rule? What is the need of next rule? But the point is, there are so many results, like in next discussions, like integral formula, like Leibniz rule. So these are your next topics, which are going to be covered in 4 or 5 lectures. So there, for deriving theoretical results, so we need these results. So then it becomes difficult to define again convergence, and then so we want to discuss those rules here only. So then the result was a non-decreasing sequence bounded from above, it is convergent, and whenever it converges to its least upper bound. So there are 2 points. So number 1 is non-decreasing sequence, then is boundedness, चलो तीन कर देते हैं, then upper bound, and then the third was least upper bound. So now we have to start from this point. So though I've tried to explain in last lecture, but I think still doubts are there, so I'm starting from this term only. So a sequence an is there, so I'm not going away from this result. That result is a supreme result. So whenever limit n approaches to infinity an, so it is there, sequence is going to be convergent. So there is no doubt about that. But apart from that, so if it is non-decreasing sequence, so what is meaning of non-decreasing sequence? An plus 1 minus an. So it is increasing greater than 0, but non-decreasing, it is greater than equal to 0. So first it is non-decreasing, then it is bounded from above. So bounded from above means an. So it is less than equal to some m. So this an is less than equal to m for all n, greater than equal to 1. So now we are fixing, because it is not going to be mentioned n naught here. So we are taking default meaning of n naught to be 1. And the third will be, so this m, So this m is called upper bound, and the least of these upper bound, so that is called LUB. So for before going into question on sequence, so I want to take one another once more discussions on upper bounds. So though I explained in last lecture, but still, if some students are new, so you can see the meaning of upper bounds. So like this set is 1, 3, 4. So upper bound for this set. So if it is set A, so upper bound means x is less than equal to m for all x belonging to A. So we are searching for any number. So that number is more than or at the most equal to every number of this set. So this give 1, 3, 4. So it's upper bounds. So upper bounds are 4. So if you are taking flexibility of natural numbers, so 5, 6, 7, there are so many upper bounds. So upper bound is not unique. So whenever you are getting any number, just add 1 to that, then it is going to be an upper bound. So in upper bounds, our interest is in least of upper bounds. So what is the least number of these upper bounds? See, there is no interest in finding other upper bounds. Upper bounds, if 7 is upper bound, just add 1, just add 1. You're getting so many upper bounds. But the point is, if you can find least of these upper bounds, that could be in our interest. So its abbreviation is LUB, least of upper bounds. In some books, they are calling it supremum also. So like for this set, so upper bounds are 4, 5, 6, 7. So minimum of that number. So it is LUB. So its LUB is equal to 4. So if you, so even you can formally define your LUB. So what is the condition? In number U is said to be LUB of a set A if number 1 U is an upper bound. So first of all, it should be an upper bound, and the next is if U dash is any other upper bound. If U dash is any other upper bound, since we are claiming U to be least of upper bounds, so then U must be less than or different है या तो same ही होगा, or if different, so U must be less than equal to U dash. So that is the definition of LUB. So it is a important topic in real analysis in mathematics, and this least upper bound, so LUB, so it is always unique. So it is always unique. So with this background, again, if you want to see, so the background is for upper bounds, any number, so which is more than every number of that set is upper bound, least of those upper bounds, so that is called least upper bound. And how can we formally define least upper bound? First, it should be an upper bound, and if U dash is any other upper bound, then this number should be less than equal to that. Now let us see how this result is going to help us in checking convergence, and moreover whether it is matching with the same limit. So as we are finding from limit n approaches to infinity, the very first point that comes in our mind is if an is a non-decreasing sequence. So non-decreasing in rough sense, you may take it to be increasing. That means one term is a1, second term is a2, third term is a3. So the point that comes in our mind is, so how it is possible that when a2 is more than a1, a3 is more than a2, so why this number is not approaching towards infinity? ऐसा तो कभी हो ही नहीं सकता कि when every time number is increasing, rising and rising, rising and always rising, बढ़ता ही जा रहा है, बढ़ता ही जा रहा है. So then how is it possible that this number is not approaching infinity? Finally तो ये infinity ही जाएगा, ऐसा possible ही नहीं. But there are some examples. So the very first example is the sequence n by n plus 1. So if we see terms of this sequence, so if for n equal to 1, again I'm stressing by default meaning of n naught will be 1. So it is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is 0.5. When n is equal to 2, 2 by 3. So it is 2 by 3. So it is 0.66 something. So it is 0.5. Then it is 0.6. Then when n is 3, so it is 3 by 4. So it is 0.75 something. Then it is 4 by 5. So some 0.8 something. Now this number is always rising, always rising. But can we expect that ever we are going to touch infinity? 0.5, 0.6, 0.75, 0.8. So in this feature, if you are moving, so it looks like possible नहीं था यहाँ पे कि when number is rising, so finally it will approach infinity. But नहीं. So if we see this 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, and 4 by 5, so this number is not exceeding one number. So it is always going to be less than that number. So can anyone expect that number? So
One.
that number is 1. Though it was a simple example, so you were able to find that one. So that is the problem with this rule. So it is not always possible to find that number, but if you can find that number, so then that means you need not find any limit. So n by n plus 1. So I don't know how you have expected this result, and for another result, how will you find this number 1? So for n by n plus 1, so if we see upper bounds, so how many upper bounds are there? Any number greater than 1. So that is its upper bound. So like 1, 2, 3, or 1.1, kuch bhi bole aap. So all these are upper bounds. So now, but what is least of these upper bounds? So least of these upper bounds, that is going to be. So another way of checking this n by n plus 1 is, so we can break it like n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1. So it is 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. Now if we see structure of 1 by n plus 1, so it is positive. It could be very, very small. It could be very, very large. So जैसे जैसे ये मूव करता जाएगा आपके पास, so मैक्सिमम वैल्यू जो इसका होगा 1 पे 1 by 2, then 3, उसके बाद जो है डिक्रीज होता जाएगा. But at initial final stage, so when n is say 10,000, 10,001, so the difference between 1 and 1 by n plus 1, so it is going to be very, very small, because when n is infinity, so this term, it is losing its magnitude. So this term is approaching towards 0. That means near 1 lakh or 1 crore, this value is very, very small, but it is not going to be negative, so that it is going to exceed 1. So this term will always remain less than or equal to 1. So it's LUB, so it is equal to. So if we go, yes.
So please repeat this once again.
Okay. So, first, see the situation. Situation is that we know meaning of convergence of sequence. Limit n approaches to infinity if it is finite and single value. So if I see this sequence n by n plus 1, n by n plus 1, limit n approaches to infinity. So it is equal to 1 n divided by 1 plus 1 by n. So what is its final answer? When n is infinity, it is 0, so it is 1. So what is limit of this sequence? So limit of this sequence is 1. Now it is simply like you have one question of integration, and it is 1 by x square minus 3x plus 2. You are solving this question by making partial fraction, or you are solving this question by perfect square. You can find its answer from both ways. So likewise, this I'm going to take this result. So I'm proving its convergence, not by this side, not from this side. So I want to use that theorem, and that theorem says if it is a non-decreasing sequence and it is bounded from above, then it always converges to its least upper bound. ठीक है, ये आंसर तो हमें पता है. We can find this answer, but we just want to check validity of that statement कि क्या ये result true है. So then we checked कि n by n plus 1, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5. So this sequence is always rising, always rising. So this sequence is an increasing sequence. Then what are the upper bounds? So if you see, I have restructured this function n by n plus 1. इसको मैंने ऐसे लिखा n plus 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. So it is 1 minus 1 by n plus 1. So whenever n is increasing, this number is always going to be positive. तो जरा चेक करो कि इस 1 by n plus 1 का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू कब मिल रहा है आपको? मैक्सिमम वैल्यू तब मिलेगा जब n का वैल्यू मिनिमम होगा, एंड मिनिमम वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 1. तो 1 plus 1 1 by 2, तो यहाँ से हमें 1 by 2 मिलता है. But when value of n is rising, so it is 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this term is becoming smaller and smaller. So that means gap between 1 and 1 by n plus 1. So it is decreasing. तो अगर आप n की वैल्यू 10,000, 100,000 ऐसा कुछ लेते हो, this number will be very very small in comparison to 1. तो इसका मीनिंग ये होगा कि this number is always, मैं इसको यहाँ कर देता हूँ. So this number is always less than 1. तो अगर डाउट है तो लेस देन 1 every number like 2, 3, 4, so that could be its upper bound. Yes, but now the point is, क्या ये नंबर कभी 1 से एक्सीड होगा? So 1 से एक्सीड होने का मीनिंग है this 1 by n plus 1 it should be negative. तो ये नेगेटिव कभी होगा नहीं. आपने n को 1 से स्टार्ट किया है, तो दिस नंबर इज ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव. हाँ, पॉजिटिव में वेरी वेरी स्मॉल है, 0.000 समथिंग है, तो 1 minus 0.000, so it is nearly equal to 1, but it is never going to be minus key so that it is increasing its value. So it always remains less than or equal to 1. So that's why, so in these upper bounds, so least of those upper bounds, so it is 1. So LUB is 1, and we have obtained same answer from this side or from this. Okay, let me start one question to your side. आप उसको स्टार्ट करिए. आई थिंक आपके आर्गुमेंट्स खुद डेवलप होते जाएंगे, सोचने की बजाय थोड़ा करना चलिए शुरू. आप अपना ट्राई करिए. सो 3an is 3n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So using non-decreasing sequence theorem, so determine whether this sequence is bounded from above, and if it is bounded from above, can you find its limit from least upper bound? Okay, so you are solving this question now?
Sir, answer is 3. 3. Sir, answer is 3.
Okay, so I know everybody is having its answer, but for those who are not getting its answer, so let me solve this question. So first is you have to prove it is non-decreasing. So in above question, it was a simple figure n by n plus 1. So anyone can guess कि थोड़ा simple ही है, ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है. But if you are having some complicated figure, 3n plus 1 by n plus 1 or some other figure, so then you make certain rule for checking its non-decreasingness. So non-decreasingness means an plus 1, so it is greater than equal to an. So you can opt any way. So either you can go for difference of an plus 1 and an, or you can use your derivative rule that you were applying in your plus 1 or plus 2. Replace n by x, take its derivative. If it is positive, then it is increasing. So I'm using the first one. So if it is an plus 1, then minus an. So an plus 1 is 3n. N is replaced by n plus 1, so it becomes 4. N is replaced by n plus 1, so it becomes n plus 2. And then it is 3n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So if we take their LCM, so it is n plus 1, and then it is n plus 2. So it is 3n square, then plus 3n plus 4n plus 4 minus 3n square minus n, sorry, 3n square and minus 6n minus n, and then minus 2. So you can remove this 3n square with this 3n square. 3 plus 4, 7n, with this 7n. So 4 minus 2, it is equal to 2, and then it is 2 by n plus 1, and then it is n plus 2. So this 2 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. So when n is increasing, n is greater than 1, so this number is always positive. So that means an plus 1, so it is always greater than. That means this sequence is non-decreasing or increasing. Now the next is how to find upper bounds. So I've stated earlier, so it is difficult to find upper bounds, but in simpler questions, it is just a matter of verification. So 3n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. If I'm writing a number as a plus m or a minus m, so this number is fixed and this number is fluctuating. This number is fixed and this number is fluctuating. So this type of logic can be used to find upper bounds or lower bounds. Lower bound का मैंने discussion नहीं किया अभी, तो अभी मैं सिर्फ upper bound पे रहता हूँ. So if this number is positive, this number is positive और ये fluctuating है, so this number will dominate all this. So it is always less than equal to. तो देखते हैं कैसे हो रहा है. So it is 3n plus 1. So I'm writing n as n plus 1. Then it is so it is compensated. Then it is n plus 1. So it is equal to 3 minus 2 by n plus 1. So we again see. So 3 minus 2 by n plus 1. So this number 3. So it is going to dominate these discussions. So as we stated earlier, so when n is rising, so when value of n is 1, so 1 पे इसका value of 1 plus 1 2, so 2 by 2 1, and then 3 minus 1, so it is equal to 2. But when you are increasing value of n, this term is decreasing. So like n is 10, 99, so 99 plus 100, so it is 2 by 100. So 2 by 100 means, so it is 0.02. So this 3 minus 0.02, it is very, very small. And when we are further increasing value of n, इसको और आप 999 ऐसा कुछ लेके जाते हो, then this number is becoming 0.000 something. So that means this number, so it is approaching towards 0 when n is very, very large, when n is approaching towards infinity. But nowhere this term is going to get a negative number. Okay, this negative becomes plus. So that means in every case, this number is going to be less than 3 or 3, 4, 5. All these are its upper bounds.
Upper bound.
And then if you go for least upper bound, so then its least upper bound is equal to 3. So if you have any doubt in finding this upper bound, you can make calculations from other side. So it is an alternate way to find that upper bound. You can check कि आपका ठीक हुआ है नहीं हुआ. So limit n approaches to infinity 3n plus 1 by n plus 1. So it is limit n approaches to infinity. Simple rules. N is there. So 3 plus 1 by n. N is there. 1 plus 1 by n. So when n is approaching towards infinity, so it becomes 3. So 3 by 1, and then it is approaching towards. So you are getting same answer from this side, and you are getting same answer from that side. So
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
सर वो 3n plus 1 by n plus 1 को 3 bracket n plus 1 minus 3 plus 1 कैसे लिखा?
यहाँ पे
Yes.
I'm just dividing 3n plus 1 by n plus 1. So it is 3n plus 1. There is rule in your polynomials. If numerator is more than, degree of numerator is more than or equal to, we can divide. So if it is n plus 1, so आप इसको थोड़ा check करो. So if I divide it by, so then it is 3n plus 3. It is I think equal, so it is minus, so it is minus 2. So 3n plus 1. पता ना? If it is 8 by 3, so we can write it as 2 plus
Okay.
3. So it is quotient plus remainder divided by divisor. और कुछ नहीं है.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, मैंने सिर्फ इसको इससे मैच कर दिया, बड़ा सिंपल हो गया. अगर थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आता है, कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स फिगर है, तो यू कैन यूज दिस रूल आल्सो, क्वोशिएंट प्लस रिमाइंडर बाय डिवाइजर. सो इट इज वेरी सिंपल.
Okay.
Can you
Okay,
please
sir.
scroll it up?
यस.
सर एग्जाम में सारा बताना पड़ेगा कि
I think
अपर बाउंड है.
all these questions I will discuss at last, please. एग्जाम में क्या होगा, क्वेश्चन कैसे होंगे, ये हम बाद में कर सकते हैं. Now tell me any doubt in this slide.
नो सर.
Okay.
Sir, that 2 by n plus 1 multiplied by 2 n plus 2, sir, that one.
2 by
2 by n plus 1 into n plus 2, sir.
2 by n plus 1 or
Please scroll it up, upper one, sir. It's written above.
चलो बाद में करता हूँ, मेरे को जब वाइट नहीं मिल रहा तो क्या कर रहे हो. सो जस्ट एक लाइन पे आइए आप यहाँ पे मेरे साथ. नाउ आई एम आस्किंग फ्रॉम यू. So I've given one side of the coin. So can you find its counterpart?
Sir, a non-increasing sequence bound from below. Bound from below is convergent, and the
So is divergent.
it's convergent.
Converging towards least lower bound, most lower, highest lower bound.
See, let me clarify this point. See, when you are finding upper bounds, okay. So in upper bound, if you are adding 1, then it is also an upper bound. If you are adding 1, then it is also an upper bound. तो अपर बाउंड के मैक्सिमम में आपका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, अपर बाउंड के लीस्ट में इंटरेस्ट है. So that is called LUB. So if you are going on this side, so this number is suppose first upper bound, then all these side these are upper bounds. तो maximum upper bound में हमारा इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. But on this side, if it is lower bound, if you subtract -1 from this, so it is a lower bound. -1 from this, it is lower bound. So in lower bounds, so we have interest in greatest. In greatest lower bound. So इसको हम बोलते हैं GLB, greatest lower bound. So the result is, it is simply a replica of that point. So what is that result? So greatest in non, वहाँ पे था non decreasing. So what will be next line now? In non increasing sequence bounded from below is convergent, and it converges to its greatest lower bound.
सर इसमें हमने सिर्फ नेचुरल नंबर ही देखे हैं जो पिछला क्वेश्चन था.
In the sense,
जैसे सर वो जब हम सर 3 में से 2 डिवाइड बाय n+1 माइनस करते थे तो सर 2.9999 ऐसे कुछ बनता था. जब सर n बहुत लार्ज हो जाता था तो सर हमने जो LUB लिया था, लीस्ट अपर बाउंड, तो सर हमने 3 को लिया था. तो सर हमने 2.9999 क्यों नहीं लिया?
If you are saying 2.9999, I can give you one more n for which this value will be 2.9999. So this race is never going to end. आप कुछ भी नंबर दोगे, यही लिमिट का मीनिंग होता है, उससे हमेशा लार्जर नंबर होगा आपके पास. आप 2 मतलब या तो आप यहाँ पे छोड़ दो कि 2.9 बस, ठीक है. अब this number is nearly equal to 3, so that is the meaning. Yes. So there is no sense in writing this type of figure, ना. आप कोई भी 2.99 दोगे, अभी आपकी क्लास में कोई आपको काउंटर एग्जांपल दे देगा कि उससे बड़ा n ले ले, ये हो जाएगा. So then that is the limiting value. That limiting value is 3. So yes, I'm closing this discussion. I have to move forward. Now note down your question numbers. You were saying कि मुझे बताया जाए कि हमें कि कब कौन-कौन से क्वेश्चन करना है आपको. So I'm closing 8.1. So this 8.1. So you have to solve questions. So in 8.1, you can solve questions from 1 to 22. So these are very simple questions, one-line questions, like sheet question number 1 of your sheet. Then you have to solve question number 31 to 39. So question number 31 to 39. So it is your non-decreasing sequence theorem. And then you should also solve question number 42 to 46. So that is your non-increasing. So I have solved one part. Second part आप खुद try करिए, नहीं होता तो हम इसको फिर आपसे discussion करेंगे. So it is non-decreasing and it is non-increasing.
So these are in 8.2, right?
It is 8.1 exercise.
So in 8.1 there were only 21 questions, I
I
think.
think बेटा ऐसे टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करिए आप, फर्स्ट गो टू योर,
सर नीचे हैं उसके।
ठीक है?
Okay, okay.
I think we should not waste time on these discussions. Once I'm saying, first check and then make counter argument. Okay.
So yes.
So it is question 8.1. So it is 1 to 22, then 31 to 39, and then 42 to 46. So these are the minimum questions you have to solve, plus your tutorial sheets or whatever जो भी हम बाद में ऐड ऑन करते हैं. बट अभी आपको स्टार्ट करने के लिए सैटरडे संडे आपका वीकेंड है, so at least solve these questions.
Do we have to do this in different copy?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So what's your name, beta?
Darpan.
Okay. Just tell me, does my statement going to make any impact on these 190 students? क्या लगता है आपको मेरी कोई बात मानेगा, कॉपी लगाएगा कोई? ठीक है. So,
Sir, it depends.
हाँ, अब थोड़ा आपको मेच्योरिटी सेट करना है. आपको कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है भाई, अब ये स्कूल नहीं है कि हम आपकी कॉपी चेक करेंगे, कुछ करेंगे. मेरी आपसे एडवाइस है, मैंने आपको शुरू से बोला, एक नोटबुक, ठीक है, हाफ फॉर क्लास लेक्चर एंड सेकंड हाफ फॉर योर ट्यूटोरियल. बड़ा सिंपल, एक 50 रुपीज का कॉपी, इससे बड़ा ना लगाइए. एमएसटी तक एक कॉपी, एमएसटी के बाद नेक्स्ट कॉपी, बस. ये आपके पास जो है, ये दो मेरी तरफ से ये एडवाइस. बाकी जो आपका चेकिंग होगा वो क्वेश्चंस जो भी आपकी शीट या टेस्टिंग होगा उसके थ्रू. Now I am coming to exercise 8.2. Yes, I will discuss at last. अभी last हो गया तो. See, so just give me 2-3 minutes. So in exercise 8.2, so there is no new concept. So it is simply some sequences are there and you have to find their limit. If this limit is existing, then you can say it is convergent. If this limit is not existing, it is fluctuating between two values, then it is divergent. So ऐसा मतलब कोई different concept नहीं है. हाँ, the concepts are only of finding limits. जो limits को find करने के लिए कुछ results हैं that you have to see. अपना +1 +2 के notebooks उठाइए और आप उसको check कर लीजिए, वहां से शुरू हो जाओ. So I am giving you certain standard questions. आपको जैसे पता लगता जाएगा कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना है. So I am taking one question. So in exercise 8.2, there are 1 to 62 questions. First 62 क्वेश्चन कुछ नहीं है, ये सिंपल आपकी लिमिट्स के क्वेश्चन है. तो मैं एक क्वेश्चन ले रहा हूँ आपके पास, लाइक an is equal to 3n plus 1 divided by 3n minus 1 divided by n.
तो डिवाइडेड बाय n क्या वो या
पावर n.
e की पावर 2/3.
हाँ, अब वही है ना. सो दोज हु आर फैमिलियर विद
1 की पावर इन्फिनिटी का फॉर्म बन रहा है उससे.
ठीक है. सो आई एम टेकिंग दिस क्वेश्चन एंड आपको बताता हूँ कैसे आपको रिजल्ट्स की जरूरत पड़नी है इसमें. सो इट इज 3n plus 1 divided by 3n minus 1 raised to power n. So if you are going by per non-decreasing, non-increasing, so it is very difficult to check its behavior. It is indeterminate form, थोड़ा difficult हो जाएगा. So we are simply going for the limit. So we are taking limit n approaches to infinity an. So it is limit n approaches to infinity. So it is 3n plus 1 divided by 3n minus 1. So it's power n. So if you remember, so there was one result in your +2 or 10 plus 1. So if it is limit x approaches to 0, so it is 1 plus x raised to power 1 by x.
1 by x, yes sir.
So it is equal to, yes,
e की power 1, yeah,
e
power
power
1 play.
ठीक है. And if it is,
सर e minus ex by 2 plus 11 by 24 ex square पूरा चलता रहता है सर.
ठीक है. So if it is limit x approaches to infinity, then this result takes this type of shape, 1 plus 1 by x raised to power x, and it is equal to same result रहेगा. Now limits are changed now. देखो आपके सीक्वेंस में क्या होने वाला है, लिमिट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स इंफिनिटी. तो जो भी जीरो की स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चन है, so just transfer those question, transfer that data in terms of infinity. So you have to counter infinity on. तो अगर इस पे जाते हैं 3n plus 1 divided by 3n minus 1, so some students can apply direct formula also. But एक बार मैं इसको solve कर देता हूँ, इसका बेसिक कहाँ से शुरू है. So it is 3n is common, so 3n raised to power n. So it is 1 plus 1 by 3n, and then it is 3n common, then it is 1 minus 1 by 3n. So it's power n. So it's power n. ऐसा कुछ है. So then, so it is 1 by x. So we need its reciprocal. तो अगर यहाँ पे आपने 3 किया, so it should also be 3. So it is 1 by 3n. So यहाँ पे आपके पास 1 by 3 और यहाँ पे क्या आपके पास minus 1 by 3n. So we have to make it minus 3n. तो यहाँ पे हो जाएगा आपके पास minus 1 by. So this term is cancelled. So it is 1 plus 1 by 3n. So it is e raised to power 1 by 3 from the numerator side. E raised to power 1. So now this term. So this term is like your x. So 1 plus x, 1 by x raised to power x. ये वाला. So it is giving e. So e raised to power 1 by 3. So e raised to power 1 minus 1 by 3. So it is giving e raised to power 2 by 3. So it is converged. So it is on page number 643. Yes, on page number 643. So there are so many results. So which are from the limits. So you have proved those results in your +2 level. So just I am writing these results. So using these results, you have to try for these questions. So I will again take some questions from your 8.2 exercise in first half of next lecture. But till then, you can make a try for these questions. So it will limit n approaches to infinity, x raised to power 1 by n. It is equal to 1 if x is greater than 0. And then limit n approaches to infinity, x raised to power n. It is equal to 0 when mod of x is less than 1. Then limit n approaches to infinity 1 plus x by n and raised to power x raised to power n. It is equal to e raised to power x. So it is fourth result, then fifth, and then the sixth one. Limit n approaches to infinity, x raised to power n by n factorial. So n factorial. So it is equal to 0 for any x. And then plus, so you can take it to my homework, and then plus your L'Hopital rule. So in this weekend, you can solve questions of 8.1 and you can try questions of 8.2 if it is possible. अगर नहीं solve होता, so I will again start from some sample questions of 8.2. But I need these results. So in L'Hopital rule, I think on page number 512 or 513. So there is lengthy L'Hopital rule. ये सब आपको वहाँ पे मिल जाएगा. इन लिमिट्स के प्रूफ +1 +2 में किया आपने, इस बुक में भी है. तो यहाँ से आपका जो है हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में स्टार्ट करें. ना मनप्रीत, जरा बताओ कुछ डाउट्स है इसमें. तो
सर एक स्टूडेंट का डाउट है, आपने लीस्ट अपर बाउंड के बारे में एक एग्जांपल दी थी.
हाँ जी.
तो वो उसके बारे में पूछ रहे, तो मैंने स्टेटमेंट नहीं नोट की, आप उनको एक बार डिस्क्राइब कर दीजिए.
एक सेकंड. हाँ जी, प्लीज.
सर आपने लीस्ट अपर बाउंड में 3 बोला था.
हाँ जी.
जो एग्जांपल था, और जो अपर बाउंड था उसमें 3,4,5 और फिर वो ऊपर जा रहे थे.
अच्छा जी.
तो फिर इसमें सर 3 रहेगा दोनों में.
नहीं, कैसे? क्वेश्चन क्या था वो? 3n+1 by n+1 सेम क्वेश्चन.
हाँ वही वो 3n+1 अपॉन n+1 वाला.
हाँ जी बताइए इसमें.
तो आपने इसमें बोला था सर कि जो लीस्ट अपर
कैसे किया था? 3n+1, यहाँ पे मैंने इसमें -3 माइनस कर दिया था, तो +1 and divided by n+1. So it was 3 minus 2 by n+1. हाँ जी.
हाँ फिर सर इसमें अपना मतलब अपर बाउंड तो 3, 4, 5 फिर ऐसे ऊपर बढ़ता जाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
और फिर लीस्ट अपर बाउंड अपना 3 रहेगा.
हाँ,
लीस्ट अपर बाउंड,
लीस्ट ऑफ दीज अपर बाउंड्स. सो वो 3 है बस.
हाँ लीस्ट ऑफ दीज है क्या?
हाँ, लीस्ट, L फॉर लीस्ट ना, सबसे कॉमन में.
और सर ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड भी ये रहेगा 3.
ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड मतलब ऐसी एक्सप्रेशन से नहीं आएगा वो. जैसे अब आपके पास उसके लिए क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट होगा.
तो डिक्रीजिंग फंक्शन होना चाहिए ना, वो भी फिर.
जैसे 1 by n है. सो 1 by n में क्या होगा? फॉर n इक्वल टू 1 इट्स वैल्यू इज 1. फॉर n इक्वल टू 2 इट्स वैल्यू इज 1 by 2, 1 by 3. तो ऐसे इसकी वैल्यू जो है वो डिक्रीज करती जा रही है आपके पास. तो यहाँ पे आपके पास जो है अब लोअर बाउंड. सो लोअर बाउंड मींस सो दैट नंबर इज लेस देन इक्वल टू एवरी नंबर ऑफ दैट. तो वो क्या नंबर होगा हमारे पास? 1 by n में ये 1 by, so when value of n is increasing, so it is decreasing ना.
0.
तो सब हाँ, तो बस वो 0। तो अगर आप 0 से कम कोई भी नंबर लेते हो, दैट इज आल्सो लोअर बाउंड, बट 0 इज द GLB, greatest of all those lower bounds. So if I take limit n approaches to infinity 1 by n, so even then you are getting 0, and from this GLB discussion you are also saying 0, so both are matching. Any other question?
सर मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था।
हाँ जी
सर हम आना बेसिक्स का ही क्वेश्चन है। जब आपने कहा था कि +1 शुड बी ग्रेटर देन,
yes, yes. हाँ जी
तो सर इससे पहले जब भी मैंने नॉन डिक्रीजिंग के बारे में पढ़ा था तो हमेशा ऐसा होता था कि डिफरेंशिएशन करो तो f' ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल 0 होना चाहिए।
वही है।
सर तो ये सर कैसे है, मतलब इसमें हम ये क्यों +1 शुड ग्रेटर देन?
कर लो आप इसको 3n + 1 डिवाइडेड बाय n + 1, इसका डेरिवेटिव ले लो आप। इफ यू आर टेकिंग थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम, हाँ बेटे देखो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है, थोड़ा इसलिए होता है कि जब भी हम सीरीज में चल रहे होते हैं ना, तो सीरीज में हम क्या है कि डिस्क्रीट टर्म्स में चल रहे होते हैं, n की वैल्यू n, n+1, n+2, n+3, और जब आप डेरिवेटिव की बात करते हैं ना, जैसे एलोपिटल रूल में भी बात करोगे, यहाँ पे कर रहे हो आप, तो आप कॉन्टिन्यूटी में बात कर रहे होते हो, ठीक है। तो बस वही आप इसको थोड़ा सा, मतलब वैसे करते नहीं है हम नॉर्मली, कोई इसका ख्याल नहीं रखता, बट व्हेनेवर यू आर डिफरेंशिएटिंग ना, तो n में डिफरेंशिएट ना करो कभी, इसको फंक्शन बना दो 3x + 1 डिवाइडेड बाय x + 1, फिर उसमें बोल दो आप कि सिंस फॉर द कंटीन्यूअस रेंज इट इज डिक्रीजिंग और इट इज इंक्रीजिंग, सो फॉर डिस्क्रीट वैल्यूज, भाई अगर एक फंक्शन 1/x ऐसे डिक्रीजिंग है, तो 1, 2, 3 इसके लिए भी तो डिक्रीजिंग ही होगा ना, तो कोई इशू नहीं है। इवन यू कैन रूल मेक दैट रूल f(x) इज लेस देन 0 और ग्रेटर देन 0। यहाँ पे जो n है वो डिस्क्रीट नंबर है 1, 2, 3, तो हम इसको n+1, n+2, n+3 से कर सकते हैं। वहां पे क्या होता है कि आपके पास ऐसे डिस्क्रीट नंबर्स नहीं है, आप कॉन्टिन्यूस रेंज में बात करना होता है, तो आपके पास सिर्फ यही और यही फार्मूला, तो यहाँ पे दोनों से कर सकते हैं।
मतलब सर हमने एक बना लिया कि an+1 शुड बी ग्रेटर देन,
हाँ, बट अगर आप f' मतलब अगर आप f' को ग्रेटर देन 0 प्रूव कर देते हो, तो उसका मीनिंग भी क्या होगा कि जो भी इस फंक्शन की टर्म है, जैसे ही n की वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन, मतलब जो ज्यादा होगा, whenever x2 is greater than x1, f of x2 is also greater than f of x1 if you can prove f'(x) is greater than 0। तो जब आप n की बजाय n+1 लेते हो, तो f of n+1 अपने आप ही आपका f of n से ज्यादा होगा। Okay, I think now we should leave. आपकी क्लास नेक्स्ट है, मेरे को भी छोड़ना होगा जूम।
सर लास्ट वाले का आंसर बता दो एक बारी प्लीज।
कौन से वाला?
जो लास्ट अभी आपने 3n + 1 / 3n - 1 raised to power n वाला कराया था जो
e की पावर 2/3 था ना उसका आंसर।
ओके ठीक है, थैंक यू सर। आ गया।
ओके बेटा, मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ, नेक्स्ट टाइम कुछ और करेंगे, सजेशन दो मुझे, ठीक है?
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
प्लीज सेंड दिस पीडीएफ।
हाँ, वो आपके मैंने LMS पे भी कर दिया है और आपको पर्सनली भेज रहा हूँ मैं। बाय बाय।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।